Good afternoon, everyone. So, hope all you are doing great. So, introducing myself, my name is Tapashwini Naik. I'm a consultant trainer at Sankhyanna Consultancy Services, serving almost 3 years. So, talking about Sankhyana, Sankhyana is an IT firm which is providing the best analytical solutions, the consultancy, and the training part for both students and professionals since last 8 years. So, talking about our today's topic, we have a webinar today, and the topic that we are going to discuss is how AI is changing the way business team up with the technology. Okay, so how the impact of AI is now affecting the complete business world, the complete business era, we are going to know in this session. So before that, first we have to talk about our today's agenda. So whatever we are going to discuss in today's webinar, so in the first topic we have an introduction to the AI. Then secondly, we will know the features, the applications of the AI. Thirdly, we will going to know about how it is impacting the business every day. And last but not the least, we are going to learn about how the AI is collaborating with the business team. Okay, so let's move forward with the introduction to the AI. So if we will talk about the whole artificial intelligence, the whole cycle, okay, in today's world we are generating millions and millions of records. So what we will do with that data? What we will do with that records? So in that case, the AI came into picture. Whether we are making the robots, now the humans are in an era of technical development. They are developing, they are evolving in such a way that in a recent news you have heard that by using the AI, okay, the portrait or the picture of Sri Ram has been made with the use of the artificial intelligence, means having the exact copy of the Sri Ram. Okay, so it will be a great news, it will be a great invention for the AI, okay, towards the AI to have such a religious impact on our society. Okay, so if we will talk about the artificial intelligence and its total parts, then in artificial intelligence, with whatever, suppose we are talking about the data science, right? We are talking about the machine learning, the deep learning, NLP, the computer vision, the statistics, the EDA, and for this we need a language to code, that is we are using as a Python or R. So all these things, whatever we are doing with the data science part, at the end of the day we are just going to make an AI application. Whatever project, whatever steps that we are doing, at the end of the day we are going to present an AI application. We have to build an AI module which will going to help us for our different purposes, for the different requirements. So if we will talk more about AI, for instance, the researchers have trained the computer models to identify an individual's personality traits more accurately. Okay, so as we are talking about the Netflix, the YouTube, the Facebook, all the necessary applications that we are using in the day-to-day basis, daily basis we are using. So all these applications are in the formation of AI, because the researchers have trained the computer models. We are training the computer modules or the models to identify the behavior of the human, the behavior of one's personality. Okay, as in the Netflix, suppose we are searching for any kind of series or any kind of movies, So based on the person behavior, the app will suggest you more and more. How it is doing? Is it reading your brain? So no. So this app is designed in such a way, the AI is designed in such a way that it can understand your behavior. Okay, it can understand your behavior, your psychology and your personality, and based on that it will give you the predicted output. So while commonly thought of as a threat to privacy, AI has also the potential to help the preserve privacy and exert control over the proprietary data and its derived assets. So the artificial intelligence is the simulation of the human intelligence processed by machines, especially by the computer systems. So specific applications of the AI include the expert systems, the natural language processing, the speech recognition and the machine vision. So if we will broadly understand the AI, then the artificial intelligence systems can perform the task commonly associated with the human cognitive functions, such as we are speaking, right? We have the speech. So it is just like interpreting the speech. We are playing the games and identifying the patterns. So they typically learn how to do so by processing the massive amounts of data, looking for the patterns to model in their own decision making. In many cases, if you will get to know, the humans will supervise an AI's learning process, the reinforcing the good decisions and the discouraging bad ones. But there is some AI systems are designed to learn without supervision also. If you will take an example, by playing a video game over and over until they eventually figure out the rules and how to win. Okay, this is also a part of the human behavior. Some humans are like, okay, if they don't know what is the game, then they just start playing it. And after winning or after when they are losing or something, but they are playing over and over until they know, okay, what are the rules and how to win. So if we will talk about the AI, we have the strong AI and versus the weak AI also. The intelligence is very tricky to define, right? Which is why AI experts typically distinguish between the strong AI and the weak AI. The strong AI is also known as the artificial general intelligence. It is a machine that can solve problems it's never been trained to work on, much like a human can. Okay, so this is the kind of AI we see in the movies, like the robots from the West world, or we can see there are many movies. Okay, there are many movies where the robots are there. Also, we have the VFX, we have the graphics. Okay, so there's many kind of things that is come under the strong AI. So the creation of a machine with the human level intelligence, it's just that it can be applied to any task, is the holy grail for many AI researchers. But the quest for the artificial general intelligence has been fraught with the difficulty. And if we will talk about the weak AI, so weak AI is sometimes referred to as a narrow AI, or we can tell it as a specialized AI, which operates within the limited context and which is a simulation of the human intelligence applied to a narrowly defined problem. Like we can take an example of the self-driving cars, or the Google, not Google, Siri, or Alexa. Okay, what they are doing, they are recognizing the human speech, whatever we are speaking, and according to it, they are converting. Okay, they are converting and allowing themselves to give us the output in terms of a speech, right? Or curating the content on a website also. So the Google search, the conversational boards, the email we have the spam filters. Okay, the Netflix recommendation, as I have just told you before, just before. So these are the complete example of the weak AIs. Now, if we will talk about if we will talk about the features of the AI, then we have in the features we have the different kind of the artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning. Okay, in this we have the deep learning, then natural processing, then machine learning, neural networks, computer vision. Okay, we have the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning and semi-supervised learning. So if we will talk about the features of the artificial intelligence, okay, so we have some of the features that is very unique, like eliminate the dull and boring tasks we have. It has the data ingestion. It has imitates the human cognition. It is futuristic. It prevents the natural disaster also. It has the facial recognition and the chatbots. So if we will go and discuss about details, the eliminate dull and boring tasks, like an artificial intelligence system will do what it will do. It will do continue doing the task as commanded to it, right? So no matter how many times it has to do it, also such systems only take tedious or vast tasks easier for the users. Okay, so let's take an example of the AI that we can take it as a Dialogflow, which is a subsidiary company of Google that takes credit for creating the Google Assistant, right? We give so many commands to this assistant in a single day. From asking, okay Google, then call my mom, to okay Google, order the sandwiches, the assistant has it all covered. At the same time, we have the facility of being able to send the numerous, we can tell it as calendar invitations, to people using this assistant also. All we have got to do is choose the time of a certain event and type in the list of the guests. So data ingestion also, it is the one of the most important features of artificial intelligence. Like artificially intelligent systems deal with the huge amounts of data. Even a small company of about 50 employees has huge chunks of data to analyze. We can even imagine the quantity of data that organizations like Facebook handles. Okay, so it has the capacity to deal with the numerous data. Now if we will talk about it imitates the human cognition. So like the humans study the environments, draw the inferences and then interact with it accordingly, and AI also successfully attempts to interpret the environment and act suitably. So however, it is not entirely possible as of today, but the developers and the scientists are working on the systems that cater to the theory of mind and self-awareness of the artificially intelligent system. So this further makes us think of the day when an AI system will be able to fully mimic the human mind and behave exactly like the human. Okay, so it is futuristic because it is giving us the future result based on the predictions that or based on the report that we have in our past stage. Okay, like the automated driving system, it has one must keep in mind that such decisions rely heavily on the ADS, the automated driving system, that is integral to the working of a self-driving car. Okay, here what happened, it feeds the data into the machine learning algorithms and observes when and how a car is changing the lanes or trafficking, or we can tell is that the traffic lights. So it tries researching a certain target or goal by considering the multiple scenarios. So now coming to the applications of the AI. What are the applications we have? So if we will talk about the AI and its application, so it is artificial intelligence in real world is much more interesting and deliberating. So you must be aware of how AI is revolutionizing the way we live and get things done. It learns, it reasons and does the self-correction also. Since it has become a master with this application, in this we will it will understand that how it is advancing dramatically. Okay, so starting with the identifying pattern, it has made the data more efficient. In today's time, to gain more insight, out of the data, the businesses have changed a lot in the course of time. Okay, so the homogeneous data is getting analyzed to map the poverty and the climate change. The automation in the agricultural practices and irrigation is helping at a fast pace also. So how can we forget the healthcare sector and the prediction of the consumption patterns? In the healthcare sector, I think it is a numerous uses of AI is happening in nowadays. So it all started with the knowledge that consists of the planning, the machine learning, the NLP, the natural language processing, the computer vision, the robotics, okay, and the artificial general intelligence. So when we are following the reasoning process of AI, so the humans were able to land themselves into something artificial, right? So this intelligence is the simulation of the human intelligence process, which is done by the machines, especially the computer systems. And this whole process includes the learning, reasoning, and the self-correction. If you will talk about AI in a layman way, then the machine is learning, reasoning, and self-correcting itself without having the interference of the human. Okay, so if you will talk about this application, it consists of the expert system, then speech recognition, and machine vision. So artificial intelligence is advancing dramatically. It is already transforming our world socially, economically, and politically. Now, if we will talk about the healthcare, okay, if we will talk about the healthcare, then what it will do with the AI, the natural language is a boon, right? It helps to respond to the questions that are asked for. So it enables the workflow assistant, which helps the doctor to free up their schedules and also reduce the time and cost by streamlining the process. They also can open the new avenues for the industry. With that, AI-powered technology helps the pathologist in analyzing the samples of the tissue and help the diagnosis to be more accurate. The CT scan, the MRIs, the X-rays, the ultrasound reports, the textual reports of suppose of a diabetic test, of any test that is happening, the laparoscopy reports, all these are in the formation of the AI. Because with the help of AI, the pictures that are whatever they are analyzing, the pictures are getting more accurate, so that the identification of the disease will be more preferable or more accurate. Because if there is no accuracy, then there will be a loss of life. Okay, so it helps to support the decision making and the research in the making the medicines. Also, AI helps a lot. It helps to integrate the activities in the medical software and the cognitive sciences. And it also helps to offer a content-rich discipline for the future scientific medical communities. Now, if we will talk about the AI in the education, so it is just taking made easy. It must be very tedious for a teacher to grade homework and test for large lecture courses, right? So a significant amount of time is consumed, obviously, to interact with the students, to prepare the notes, to prepare the classes. Then obviously they have working on their personal development also. So nowadays this is not a case anymore, because with the help of the AI, though it can never replace the human work, but it is pretty close to it. With the automated grading system, checking multiple choices questions, fill in the blank testing, and automated grading of students can be done in a jiffy. Okay, a lot of times it happens that the teachers may not be aware of the gaps that a student might face in the lectures and the educational materials. This can leave students confused about certain concepts, right? So this with the AI, the system allows the teacher and tell what is right and what is wrong. It gives the students a customized message which offers him to the correct answer. Okay, so this is somehow the help in the application. It is a very brief and giving you the description in the application of the AI in the education system for the automating the grading system, right? Now, if we will talk about the autonomous vehicles, then this is where the artificial intelligence is used and where it can be compared to the human brain. So how, like directing the car to the gas station or recharge station when it is running low on fuel. The autonomous the self-driving cars. Okay, so it has adjust the trip's direction based on known traffic conditions to find the quickest route. It will incorporate the speech recognition for advanced communication with passengers also, and it has the natural language interfaces and the virtual assistance technologies. Okay, so in the autonomous vehicle, these are the features that AI has been used for. Now, coming to the social media. We all are using the Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and many more. So the world today is changing and everyone is using these social media apps to stay connected with the virtual world. But are you aware of the fact that the majority of your decisions are being influenced by the artificial intelligence? Have you ever think of it? So starting from your notifications to the upgradations to sending your chats, okay, to say by sending you the videos, the emojis, the zifis, everything that is curated by AI only. It considers all the past wave searches, behavior, interactions, and much more. Okay, so while you visit these websites, your data is being stored and analyzed, and thus you are served with a personalized experience. So how, now coming to the next part, that how impact of AI is coming in the business. Okay, so if we will talk about the 4 E's in artificial intelligence business that impact the framework. Okay, so first E is the efficiency. Okay, first E is the efficiency, that AI is used to significantly increase the people's productivity and optimize the processes, thereby reducing the cost. Okay, what is the people's productivity? Just increase it. Okay, and it has an optimized process which is resulting in a reducing cost, which is very beneficial. Then next come to the effectiveness. So AI is used to improve the quality of the work produced and is not focused on the optimizing time. Okay, so what is the quality of the work that is getting produced? It is just improving it, rather than it is not wasting its time or wasting its energy or wasting the time in optimizing the time, means thinking that okay, means how long it will take to improve the quality. Okay, so third one is the experience. So it is used to enhance both offline and digital experiences across all stakeholders like customer, partner, employee, and the society. And next E is the evolution. So AI is used to create a one-of-a-kind innovative solution in an attempt to advance in a domain or enter a new field together. Okay, so this is the 4 E's AI, artificial intelligence business impact framework. If you will get to know very deep inside it, then it is a very vast thing, because we are living in a business industry era, right? So if we will go very deeper and deeper into it, it's like we are researching something, then we will get to know many more interesting facts about the AI. So how business is getting team up with the AI, let's see. So it is having the customization, it has the analytics, it has the banking, e-commerce, and where we have the chatbots, we have the 24/7 service, we have the machine learning, and we have the voice recognition. So if I will talk about the complete process, how AI is changing the way business up with the technology, then from personal assistant to the self-driving, right? So artificial intelligence is already providing its potential to replace the humans with the machines. If we will talk about the Google's predictions to be believed, the robots will be exhibiting the human intelligence by 2029. Okay, so we will talk about if there is an example I will give. The Gartner, an IT research firm, predicts that 3 out of 10 jobs, okay, 3 out of 10 jobs will be replaced by software, robots, or the smart machines by 2025. Have you ever imagined how vast it is getting distributed across globally? So, however, before you become the panic stricken, it is important to understand that AI actually aims to replace the human brain power. Okay, that will be used for the more strategic tasks, which may consequently augment the jobs instead of replacing them. So it is not simply a lever replacement or a cost cutting mechanism, but it is rather a catalyst for building the markets and driving the innovations. So hence, business nowadays are open-heartedly adopting AI, and here are a few industries that have started to realize its benefits, like healthcare. In healthcare, we have the assistance in repetitive jobs through medication management. So AI is completely on its way to revolutionize the healthcare and the fitness sector, like in identifying the treatment plans, okay, the medical records mining, the assisting repetitive tasks. So these all examples we can have. In the manufacturing, we have the automated assembly that tracking and isolating the physical faults have become some of the obvious applications of AI in manufacturing the industry. But how about AI making some real-time production decisions? Have you ever thought of that? No. A manufacturer is churning out wherein a sensor detects a fault, right? So this input, when reaches the computer on a cloud, can call for action. So in the transportation also, we have the self-driving cars, the trucks, the bicycles on the road. That's one of the much awaited and commercial application of the AI. Why not produce commercially the Google self-driving bicycle, the Tesla's self-driving cars, Uber's trucks are under the early production phases. With this, you can actually think of decrease the risk of the accidents, then relief from the traffic condition, which will ultimately have low energy cost. Okay, in the customer service we have, so AI is a buzzword in the business world today. While many of the sectors still think that they don't need it, okay, so there are some persons who consider AI as a spark to cause the disruption in their industry. In the following decade, we may see robots built with the brains and bronze that are likely to act like humans, and AI would be thanked to bring this storm of change all for good. Okay, so how we can see that how AI is getting enhanced and how it is giving us a better world. Many people say that technology is snatching away their jobs, and with the machine there is no need for the humans. But do you know what? That is, if these machines that are making the world a better place to live in, so it is the AI that is helping us to prevent the future damage. Yes or no? It understands the needs, then the addresses the developmental needs while focusing on the sustainability. So this is helping in implementing the proper preservation techniques. The scientists are using the information obtained to preserve the biodiversity and the ecosystem. Okay, so in this way we have already discussed about how the AI has its applications, how the AI has its features, how it is helping different industries, how it is building up, how it is collaborating with the business team to grow more effectively, and how it is helping us to live in a better world. Okay, so this is all about today's session. Thank you all. So If we will talk about our branches of Sankhyana branches, if anybody has any query related to technical or non-technical things, if you have technical queries, then please contact me. You can ask me now also in this session. If you have any non-technical query, then we have 3 branches. We have the head branches at the Kamanahalli, Kulapa Circle, Bangalore. Then second we have in the HSR layout sector 2, and third we have in the Delhi, Rohtas, Bihar. So whatever details you want to know, you just you can contact on the below information that is given. Okay, so okay, thank you everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye, and we will meet at the next webinar session with some new interesting topics. Till then, stay with Sankhyana page and just know the updates and all. Thank you. Bye bye.